Good morning, Phoenix. This is Kyle Smith.
And this is Jose Tapia.
This is Bread and Circus. We have a special shortened version for you today. Actually, no politics today. Nothing really just grabbed me by the boo-boo this week. Everything seemed really that I could talk about, that I'd want to talk about, seemed like a rehash of topics for the past couple weeks. So we're just talking about kind of social stuff going on.
Yeah. What's the first one for today?
Can
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh.
On the backs of Martin Scorsese's and Francis Ford Coppola's comments lately, is the superhero genre cinema?
I don't know about that, man. Is any piece of art? I don't know. What's defined cinema? Does it have to have a message like the 70s film that Scorsese and Coppola directed?
Is it true visual art?
Well, I guess there can be good art and bad art, but
well, is it art in general? You could have bad art that's trying to actually accomplish something and just sucks at it.
Well, yeah,
but I think a lot of Marvel movies aren't trying to accomplish anything other than just basic entertainment. I think like Scorsese likened them to amusement rides.
Amusement rides. Well, he's kind of got a point there because there's not really any philosophical depth to a lot of them. So what do you define as art? I mean, I guess whatever tickles your pickle. You know, I don't see them as trying to, you know, ask the questions or display thought-provoking, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think most of Marvel specifically is kind of cookie cutter, and it's not a bad formula.
Makes money.
But yeah, it makes money. But they obviously follow a certain formula. But I think superhero genre and like superpower, whatever you want to call it, I think it's just a vehicle for a story, and most of them just pick to go for the masses. But I think they're just a vehicle for a story, and you can have a good story. I mean, I think Logan's pretty good with an actual artistic story. I think
Logan was good. You should watch it, listeners.
I think Joker, as we just talked about, is good. And there's no actual superpowers in it, but it's based off a comic character.
Right. But even then, these comics were made a long time ago, and they've had a lot of time to develop. And if you give the character, I guess, the time and the thought behind the movie, behind the character, then I think you can delve into art. But I think it's dependent on the director. And
I even think the original Spider-Man 2 is a decent story about like who to be and responsibility and like the choice of who you want to be versus like who you have to be.
Right, the fall of the hero.
Yeah, and the funny thing is people were upset, like nerds were upset about those comments. Like, shut up. I mean,
oh my god, what?
They can say what they want. Like, I don't like to get actually offended by it. It's like, well, kind of makes you look like a loser.
Yeah.
But and then people were saying like, oh, have you seen Black Panther? I'm like, really? That's what you point out?
Oh my god.
Not the ones we mentioned, but Black Panther.
That was okay, but it's not. I don't think it's art. But for many of you Wakanda fans out there, maybe. But I don't think so.
CGI art.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Computer generated art. I don't think it's the same. People can be like, oh, my digital. I draw it by hand or whatever, but I don't think that's what happens with these multi-million-dollar movies.
The only thing artistic in it was Michael B. Jordan's costume being designed after Vegeta. That was it.
Now, is anime art?
Yeah. Duh. All right. Moving on. So God is King just dropped, or Jesus is King, right? Jesus is King.
Jesus is King. Yeah.
Yeah, by Kanye West.
Easy.
Easy. This has been waiting on for a long time. It's kind of controversial. Some people hate it. They're already on Twitter. If you haven't known, Kanye West is taking this sort of Christian journey / turn lately.
Mm-hmm.
He's talked about how Kim Kardashian, his wife, dressing sexy doesn't totally make him comfortable. He's not totally comfortable with that anymore.
Yep.
He just said. He just said his daughter's not allowed to wear makeup or crop tops yet. Which, why that is controversial, I don't know, because she's still a little kid. But,
Right.
People are insane. And, like, oh, I don't want to sexualize my daughter at, like, 5 years old. Crazy.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. I think in one of the lyrics he said, you got to protect your daughters or something like that. I got to look up the...
Yeah.
What is so controversial about that? I'm sorry, but I think it's all this idea that women can take care of themselves all the time and they don't need protecting. Okay, that's a nice ideal.
But speaking of the album, and I've listened to it twice now. I actually liked it better the second time. As a gospel album, 11 out of 10, because I would never ever listen to a gospel album ever.
Right. Yeah.
As other than, like, specifically gospel, 7.5 out of 10. I still liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I think my favorite is Hands On. Like, I really like that. It had more of a message than just saying, hey, God's great.
Yeah.
Just about basically, Christians actually being the most judgmental
Right.
and most vocal in that. And basically, even being part of an ideology, like a worldwide ideology, he feels alone in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that was interesting. Not to mention, like, I don't know, I just like the beat. It's cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of the beats are pretty cool.
The outro, Jesus is Lord. I was listening in my car, and I'm just thinking, like, man, these horns are badass. I'm getting really into this, and then it just suddenly stops. The song just stops. I'm like, I was getting hyped. I was like, wow, I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready to go in battle or something. Like, this is an anime tier horn section, and then it stopped.
Well, I think that the artist Kanye is going through a lot of stuff right now. He's seeing what's going on in the world, and he's trying to put his thoughts into form in an album. And he's talking about, which song was it when he was talking about being a hypocrite is the worst thing? I forget. But he just talked about being a hypocrite, and because he knows that people are going to be like, oh, well, Kanye, what about all this stuff you did? And as if the concept of forgiveness and change isn't possible. I think we all change.
Well, no, but I think he was being serious in saying it, being a hypocrite's the worst thing.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
I don't think he was trying to lighten it.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is Everything We Need was originally had X in it.
Oh,
and
really?
He got taken out. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because a version of that song leaked, like, straight up 5 or 6 months ago, and then an updated version leaked like a month and a half ago, and now so I was listening to it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is that song with X in it, and he's not in it.
Oh, which song was it? Do you know?
Everything We Need.
I like my God is my favorite on the tracks so far. I gotta listen to it a few more times.
Yeah, and so that's slightly controversial, like, oh, you took X out and he's dead, disrespect. But first of all, I like X's verse, but it made absolutely no sense why he was there. It's like this vulgar, like, aggressive verse in this album makes no sense.
Yeah, because I don't. Was there any cursing in the album? Because I don't.
No.
Like,
I
at all.
don't think so. No.
Like, I was, yeah.
He doesn't even say the N-word.
Wow. Wow. So
As far as I remember.
What did he mean by this?
As I saw some comments said, it's like, listening to this album makes me feel like I'm taking a shower after a filthy life. But I think maybe that song was leaked on purpose just because they knew they weren't going to use it, but they wanted to have it out there. I don't know.
I gotta listen to it.
Or I'll send it to you.
No, thanks.
Or maybe it wasn't, because then people would be upset that then the final version doesn't have him in it. But maybe they're going to use a verse for a different song. I don't know.
I wonder what he meant by "You're my Chick-Fil-A, closed on Sunday."
That's funny.
I think he's
He's just a goof.
dabbing on the libs.
Yeah. What would you rate it?
I'd probably give it an 8. I liked it a lot, actually.
Yeah. See, I was thinking 7 on first listen, and I bumped up 7.5 second listen.
Yeah, I like it. I like the message. I like the message.
The message.
The message.
Oh, that's the thing. It's just like, I would never ever listen to some gospel centric album if it wasn't Kanye.
Yeah. And I think that's so fascinating.
Well, that's the power of social pull.
Yeah.
Is that just because you're in that position, you can do things that you can make people do things that they wouldn't usually do.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was listening to it. I'm like, man, this gospel stuff's going pretty hard, and I haven't listened to this in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going on tour. Yeezy's going on tour.
Is he now?
Yep.
Well,
Joel Osteen invites Kanye West to Lakewood Sunday service.
No, Joel Osteen. No, I had to do a paper back in school on televangelism. Just don't participate in it.
Wow.
And then another song he mentions the abolishing the 13th Amendment again, which we talked about, I think, last semester. He was right, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually right. The 13th Amendment clarifies being in prison as slavery.
Right.
It allows the government to have slavery so long as you commit a crime. I mean, you could argue that's semantics, but it's there.
I mean, just listen to I'll read it out for you now, listeners. The 13th Amendment, in case you don't remember at the top of your head. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment or for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So the whole second part of that line basically qualifies a statement that slavery can exist within our jurisdiction for punishment of a crime. And there you go.
Yeah, he's interesting. Like, people can be like actually interesting and like emotionally provoking without being like geniuses as far as like the conventional right goes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be Einstein.
Right.
But he's interesting.
I think he's very interesting.
Last topic we have for today, we're gonna talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, man, what's happening with that, dude?
Yeah, the latest trailer came out Monday during Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I watched it. Horses in space.
Yeah, what's up with that? First thing I saw, like, that's dumb. That's so un-Star Wars.
I don't know, man.
But well, first of all, I'm not gonna go. Like, I give myself a 1% chance of going and seeing it. I didn't see episode 8. Still not gonna see it. I know everything happens into it, so I know what I'm talking about. But I haven't watched it. First of all, also there was leaked images, which is kind of surprising because Disney hardly ever lets things get leaked.
Yeah.
But there were leaked images, and people were talking about on YouTube and getting copyright struck for it, which Disney just, this is like the Streisand effect, that it's Disney admitting, hey, these are real.
Yeah.
Which was which was good old Palpatine Sheev. Yeah, he's shooting laser, not shooting laser, shooting electricity up, and Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren, and Rey both had blue lightsabers. So
Yeah, what's up with that, man?
So now we know he turns in the end, and
He's probably gonna die. They're probably gonna kill him.
Oh, well, okay. There are also plot leaks.
Oh, I didn't read too many of those.
Yeah, well, just spoiler alert for anyone here.
Yeah, just we're right a year in advance.
So the leaks say, and you know, take this with a grain of salt, that they have 6 different endings.
What?
That they're testing for audiences. Yeah.
That. Oh my god.
Which is, again, it's like, because these movies aren't written by one consistent writer. It's like, you know, let's write 6 different ones and see which ones audience go for. Audiences didn't like any of them.
Wow.
And Kylo Ren dies in all of them.
I called it. Why would you have... Wow. Okay. Wow. Now they're probably going to revise their whole freaking script. Oh, that didn't work. Let's do something else.
Well, probably because they're like, yeah, let's end the Skywalker lineage, and no one wants that. No one actually wants that.
Anybody who's a Star Wars fan knows that it's all about the Skywalkers, man. This whole freaking trilogy is a
Not only that name, it's the most underrated badass last name of all time, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, what a cool ass last name.
Anakin Skywalker.
If you ever watched Black Knight with Martin Lawrence, he goes back in time. That's what he calls himself.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want Anakin in the movie, just in some way.
I don't know. I want him in there. Just like with everything in this new trilogy, like things feel kind of forced. Like, in the trailer, 3PO wakes up from whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I just want to take one last look at my friends." Like, they're not your friends. You hardly know them.
Yeah.
I mean, that I'll give him credit. It then cuts to R2-D2 and Chewbacca, who are, so maybe in that scene he's just talking about them, which would make more sense. But as far as the trailer was cut, it looked like he was talking to all of them, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't feel any connection to these characters. I'm sorry. If you like the movies, I'm sorry.
I mean, they finally got Lando in. They're finally getting the brother some love.
Yeah. There's like, oh, let's put some more old stuff in there. Let's see if they like that.
I mean, I thought Lando should have been around to begin with.
Yeah. I don't know. This whole thing feels so hashed together and disconnected.
Well, like, it's like, if they want to... They're trying to build off nostalgia, but they're really bad at it.
Yes.
Like, and it's not even hard to be bad at nostalgia. Like, it just, like, write them how they used to be. Like, it's literally not hard to go off nostalgia. You just write them. You watch the old movies, and you're like, I don't know. It's not hard to build off nostalgia, but they're bad at it.
I blame Kathleen Kennedy.
They're like, they're trying to force nostalgia while also like changing a ton of stuff, which doesn't work.
It just comes off as disjointed.
Yeah. Just like Palpatine nostalgia. Yeah. It's like, I actually think Palpatine showing up would be really cool if the previous 2 movies were A, better, and B, had like any indication of him. Yeah. Like any clue. There was. It's just like, hey, I'm still alive.
Maybe she's like Anakin 2.0, and she was conceived through the Force.
Yeah, but then again, you don't believe that was written from the beginning, do you?
No.
You wouldn't believe that.
No, because there's no indication. There's nothing like, oh, some indication of Palpatine in the background there, or some flashback to, I don't know, the throne room, or I don't know, the Senate, something. I don't know, man.
But I think even the leaks said that like, you'd say, like, okay, maybe Snoke's working for Palpatine. But I even think the leaks said that, no, Snoke was literally just on his own. Like, I think that the First Order is literally separate from Sheev's fleet, which could be kind of interesting. I actually think that'd be kind of interesting, but then again, like, what's he doing? He's just chilling out there this whole time?
I don't know, unless he read about Knights of the Old Republic and is like, oh, hey, I can look up the Starforge.
You know what the fleet's for?
What?
It's for the Yuzon Vong.
Yeah. See, that would be a more interesting storyline than freaking whatever the hell they came up with for these episodes.
For those of you non-nerds out there, the Yuzon Vong was it's extended universe stuff. It's It's hard. Okay,
Space lizards.
They're erased from literally another galaxy. They're just like, oh, the Star Wars galaxy isn't the only galaxy. Here's an invading galaxy.
Yeah. And then a whole bunch of stuff happens. Chewbacca dies. Leia and Han have 3 kids, and their youngest, named Anakin, dies protecting them.
Well, I wasn't gonna go that far into that. I was just explaining who they were, but
I actually like the storyline a little bit. I didn't read the books, but it's actually a pretty cool storyline. And then their Han Solo and Leia's kids, boy and a girl, Jason and Jaina, one of them goes to the dark side, one of them goes to the light side, and they actually have to fight. And in the dark side, Jason becomes a Sith, and he's eventually killed by his own sister. That would be a more interesting storyline than whatever the hell they come up with now.
yeah, they could have wrote EU storylines and been better than what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to try that for whatever new trilogy they're doing in the Old Republic universe.
I mean,
that Rian Johnson's directing.
They made Thrawn now canon.
Right.
I mean, you might as well have gone all the way and like pick the best out of the EU.
Exactly.
Change some things.
Oh my God, they had somebody actually competent. And I don't know. I was reading somewhere that there was actually people who really cared about Star Wars that were under Kathleen Kennedy that were fired by her for not liking the direction she was going with the Star Wars universe.
Well, who likes it? No one likes it. I mean, there are some people, but they're soy boys. You listen to me. You like episode 8. You drink soy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh gosh. Yeah. No, it was. Man, what could have been is the thing that gets me the most. Man.
Yeah. Well, not to mention like. You think about it, who have they built up? Maybe Kylo's, okay, is his writing, but like, even the protagonists are disjointed. Like, they've literally spent no time together.
Right. They're off doing their own little separate thing and not really building any character together.
And then they're coming back like, hey, but like, that doesn't make you feel anything.
Yeah, it's soulless.
Because they don't even feel like those characters would actually care about each other. Just like, oh, you're that guy I met twice.
Yeah. Like Finn and
Poe, okay, I see that. But like Rey meeting Poe, it's like, hey, I met you like 2 times.
Yeah. And then when she met Leia, big old hugs and tears. I'm like, what? I don't know.
It's real weird. I was thinking like, this is either bad writing or this is a clue for something. But no, I just think it might be bad writing.
Yeah. Like I don't think she's her daughter. I just think she's a nobody.
No, I think they're gonna retcon that she is someone.
Because maybe they're trying to go for anybody can be the savior of the universe. You don't have to be connected to the Skywalker name. But that's what people like about Star Wars. That's the whole. That's building the mythology is what gets people into it, and it's like, oh man, that's crazy. Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's dad. Oh man, that's so freaking cool.
Yeah, when you have no mythology, it's like people like the mythology. They like. Almost like you built a real history, but I mean, obviously it's fictional. But you built something grounded and connected, and then it's just like when it's all scattered like that, like well,
which is why
it's not nearly as interesting.
Which is why even though some of the prequels were not the best movies, they built a really solid mythology and a bunch of really good stories popped out of that. If you watch the Clone Wars animated series, even Jenny Tartakovsky's original Clone Wars animated 2D animated series. It's actually good. The best
summary of the prequels was done by none other than Alex Jones.
Oh,
if you've ever seen that clip, Alex Jones is talking about how Palpatine is like he equated to real world because I think Lucas really was trying to do that. It's like Palpatine's like this shady mastermind who's gotten China to war with the U.S. and China is the Trade Federation and the U.S. is the Republic, and it's like, man, if I still got all that when watching it, but I think Lucas could have done an even better job where it's more obvious to people. But
right, he was too deep for us.
Too deep. Anyways, I'm really not. I mean, I'm interested to see what they write, just to see how bad. I don't think it'll be good. At best, it will be decent. So I'm not gonna go see it. I'm just interested, like, what they actually end up doing, and see how bad it is.
Like, how are they gonna explain Palpatine coming back? Are they ever gonna explain how they got Luke's?
Who the hell is Snoke?
Who the hell Snoke? How did they get Luke Skywalker's lightsaber back? Well, originally Anakin's, but how did they get that back after it fell down from Cloud City? That's a story for another time. Is it going to be written in a book? Is it going to be written as a spin-off
Well, I mean,
show?
I think the lightsaber is like kind of nominal, but it's still just like a piece you throw on the pile, and the pile keeps stacking.
Yeah, it's a big old pile of unknowns, and do we really care at this point?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not.
I'm only talking about this just because Star Wars was a big thing for my childhood, and it's something that we've been talking about for a long time.
Yeah.
But as far as like specifically, do I care about Episode 9? No. I'm talking about it just because I've played Star Wars games and watched Star Wars my whole life. So.
Yeah. Don't let Disney get your rights to anything, guys.
Yeah, don't let Disney do it.
Don't let them do it.
Don't let them do it. Alrighty. Well, that's it for today. See you, folks.
All right. Have a good weekend.